Hey there, everybody. I am here with Verblio's Steve Pockross. Steve, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Steve, I'd love to start us off with just a little bit of background on who you are, how you got to where you are today.
Sure, I'll give you guys the abbreviated version. So I'm from Denver originally. I spent about 20 years wandering in between coming back to Denver in 2010. The first stage of my career was focused on kind of developing new nonprofits, focused on solving new problems like micro lending and affordable housing. And somewhere along the way, I stumbled into the Bay Area culture of startups. And I got started. My first big one I spent a lot of time with was a marketplace solution. I built one of the first gig economy SaaS platform companies called LiveOps. And so we built a solution that brought together 20,000 home-based call center agents on a distributed platform and really built the model for a lot of what came today and got me very excited about working in a company like Verblio here in Colorado.
So tell me a little bit more about, I know that right at the time that I got connected with you guys, you were making the transition from Blogmutt to Verblio. Tell me a little bit more about that rebrand, why you guys decided to do it, and sort of how you shifted the business with that.
Sure. Well, it was a decision that we did not take lightly. Any of you, and I know you have a lot of agency partners out there who've probably been through a lot of rebrands, know that one should not take a rebrand lightly because it will completely derail your product roadmap for that period of time. So we thought it was really important. We thought we were a really different company from where we started out. We were one of the first content creation platforms in 2011. And we started out at a very different phase of the industry, just like many of you have evolved with it, where there was, we were writing mostly for Google in a way that got our customers what they were looking for, which is they're looking for new customers. So between that time, our products evolved, our services have evolved, and our client base has completely switched with that evolution. And we're trying to be a step in front of where the content or the industry is going. And we thought that our brand needed to represent that now. And so we wanted something more expansive that really captured that. So at the time, we started off with kind of one product, which was in order to get noticed, you had to write consistently, and the quality wasn't that important. And we were writing for small businesses. And now we have a huge diversity of products, including video and pillar content. And now 2/3 of our clients are digital marketing agencies who are pretty savvy.
And why did you guys feel like rebranding from Blogmutt to Verblio, specifically like changing the name and all of the visual branding, was like an important piece of that?
Got it. So a couple things. So first, the name. So the rebrand took a lot. We could have rebranded with and kept the same name. And I think the only challenges with the name Blogmutt for where we've come to is the blog part and the mutt part. Besides that, so anyway, we write white label or white papers. We write product descriptions. We write a lot of long form pillar content. We do videos now, and so the blog part just didn't capture where we were, even though we still believe that blogging is one of the fundamentals of good SEO writing. And then the mutt part was, it was created with it was the right name at the right time. And mutts represented kind of, we were trying to help small businesses compete with bigger guys. And we were trying to show that as part of our spirit. So both of those were really descriptive words that you knew exactly what they meant. And we were looking for something a little more open that we could infuse our culture and spirit into that brand.
Yeah, I love that. And I love how you guys have grown and pivoted with the industry, because that's something that we've experienced here at Impact as well. As content marketing has changed, it used to be so formulaic, and I talk about this all the time. It used to be, crank out this many blog articles a week and you'll get found on Google. And it was just, keywords, and it just became really overdone, right? And we kind of killed it, I think, as marketers. And as the industry has shifted, I love that you guys have taken that seriously and have said, we're going to grow with with everybody and not just sort of stick to what we've always done. So tell me a little bit more about Verblio, about how you guys are different, how you guys have kind of differentiated yourselves maybe from some of the standard kind of mass content creation platforms that are out there.
Got it. So that's a great question. So we think about content really differently. We think that there's a lot of value of bringing together a marketplace of any service, be they call center agents, be they designers, or be they writers. And putting that together with a platform where technology can really help enable how you go at them. So there's a few things that we think about differently. One is that we think there's a perfect point, well, not a perfect point, there's a great point in between having one specialized high-cost writer who you've completely trained up and a giant pool of mediocre writers. We think that the advantage that we're trying to get to is how do you highly vet this to make this the right solution as easy as possible so that it's great to, so that we can help our clients get great writers immediately. And so some of the things that we do differently is that we highly vet up front, so we don't have different levels of writers. We don't have 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars. We have writers that meet our high standards. Second is we have our writers choose you. So we think that this really just changes the incentive program. We don't think you can choose a writer by looking at their profile and their picture. We think that once you see what they've written is a much better way of having them match you. So they take the risk on their side, and they only get paid if you accept their writing. So we think that's critically important. And the third is we really try to contain the size of our crowd. We try to make it the right amount of writers for the right time, as opposed to make it expansive as possible. So those are 3 of the ways that make us different. The last is we're really focused on where the content industry is going and trying to go where the puck is going as opposed to where the puck is. So we're making some pretty strategic bets on video. We have some big news that will be coming out soon about how we're thinking about video, but we did launch our new video product in October. So stay tuned for that. And long form content has now switched from, it was 10 to 20% of our writing 2 years ago, and it's now 2/3 of what we do. So it's a huge focus. We want to find a huge batch of great writers or subject matter expert to offer to our clients.
That's fantastic. So who would you say out there is a great fit for Verblio?
So there are a lot of great fits for Verblio. That's a harder question to answer than you might think based on how simple that sounds.
Yeah.
So we write for 400 digital marketing agencies every single month and 70,000 pieces of content every single year. Within that is an incredible diversity. I'm sure every agency who might be listening right now knows that they stand out from a lot of them. I get asked by agencies all the time, what are the patterns? What are the trends? And the trend is that all of you are thinking about content differently.
Yeah.
And so I think that's great. We want to be there to match for everything. So I think great fits are companies or agencies. We write for both, for businesses and agencies that have core competency in their writing, and they want to use a company like us to leverage that. So maybe you take your best writer and you turn them into your content marketing editor, and they can produce 10 times the amount of topic using a system like ours. It's a smaller company that doesn't have the ability to get that type of great writing and doesn't have the resource to invest in it without a partner like us to get there. And then it's the agencies that are focused on really large, hard to accomplish products. Like we just launched a legal SEO agency where we now write 400 pieces of legal content every single month for them, for all of their clients, all reviewed by a JD editor. And we put together that program in a month. So
that's huge.
So it's a little bit of kind of a wide variety.
Yeah. And I know the pain of outsourcing writers and wondering if what I'm going to get back from that writer is going to be acceptable. Like as an agency, as an account manager, am I going to have to do a bunch of editing on it? Am I going to have to send it back and do all of this extra work? And I just love the processes that you guys have put together to really deliver top-notch content. It's really exciting to see what you guys have done. So if anybody is interested in following up with you, if they have questions about anything that we've talked about today, is there somewhere that they can find you?
That's great. Yes, there's a place they can find me. I'm fairly easy to find at steve@verblio.com.
Awesome. And if you go to verblio.com/hubcast, there's a splash page just for our Hubcast listeners. There's a special offer on there. You can learn more. I've said this in the episodes where we've talked about these guys, but I absolutely love their website. It's just fun to read through. So if nothing else, go check it out for that. Steve, thanks so much for joining me today. Really appreciated your time. And until next time, we'll catch you guys later.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.